Good day, everyone. Ali Safi here from Safi Financial Network. Today is November 8, 2024. The first week of November actually closed with a fantastic surge to the upside. Usually, November and December are going to be a bullish months for the stock market. And this week, we had a very kind of like a valid excuse for the market rally. Donald Trump just elected for the next president for the United States, and markets that took it as a very good advantage for pricing higher for lots of different names. Actually, we see that the dynamic has been shifted from some stocks to another, some sector to another. So we will deep dive into it as well. Also, I'm kind of like about to prepare some series of videos that I'm kind of like in those videos sharing my idea which sector we should invest and during Trump's admin, which sector actually are going to be a beneficiary of the Trump admin and which sector we should avoid. So just to stay tuned for those ones. I'm gonna have like a special videos for those ones, series of videos, and I'm gonna share it here in this channel as well. All right, so let's start with S&P 500 weekly chart. As you see here, this is one of the strongest week actually for the market after this bottom here in 2023 October. So this is very interesting when we see like the same size, almost the same size or the same scale of the candle here in a weekly chart. And we are kind of like getting into 6,000 for S&P 500, just getting back down after hours. So we close a weekly close, new all-time high, 59.96. So 5,996. And we just close the weekend day at this level. New all-time high. We will give market benefit of doubt. I would say any pullback to this area could be kind of like the buying opportunity somewhere around 58 100. That would be kind of like the scenario that we can see a new buying opportunity. But as I said before, we should just be careful about the market. Just market is kind of like not because it is in sugar rush, just because it is in a kind of like the scenario that everyone is just getting excited uh, because of the Donald Trump, but we don't know exactly what's going to be the policy for his new administration. Is it going to be the same policy as he followed the first admin, or it's going to be just changed a little bit for different sectors? I would say Donald Trump is not going to follow the same exact method or strategies at his first 4 years. However, there are some similarities like tariffs against China or kind of like a trade war again is going to escalate at, I believe, January, February. So you will see that, especially when he got into admin, you will see that market volatility. But right now, I would say as long as we are above 56, like this level, this is the level that I'm just looking at. As long as we are above 56.30, we should just say any kind of like a pullback, any pullback to this area. Let me just put it here again. So any pullback to this area, I'm not sure even if we get below this candle, but any pullback to this area could be kind of like a good buying opportunity for the new all-time high. I would say market still can go to the choppiness next week, but I'm not sure if it's going to be a shallow correction or kind of like a deeper correction to 5,800 maximum. Let's say 150, 200 down tick is going to be healthy for the market. Moving on to the daily chart. So daily chart, as you see here, we are kind of like a stretching overbought into overbought condition. We can go down to, as I said, 58.25, which is middle of this wide range bar. And also this is kind of like the previous consolidation. We just got back down, test SMA 50, and then getting back up. So I would say any pullback to this 58.25 would be kind of like the next scenario for the market. So stay tuned for that one. Moving on to Nasdaq, which was leading into new all-time high this week. Actually, Nasdaq was pretty strong when Trump elected, got into new all-time high, 21,116. As long as we are above, I would say this previous bottom here, somewhere around 19,700, we should be bullish. But if it goes below that, we should just be careful because I believe that the next corrective move could go all the way down to 18,000 still 800, which is going to be middle of this white range bar. And I think still in some time, potentially even this year, we can hit this one. If it doesn't happen, probably in January, February, everyone needs to keep an eye on this level because I believe this level, there are lots of institution orders, which is untouched. And usually market just behave like a supply and demand. And this is one of the strongest demand area that you can see. So if market goes down to middle of this white range bar, it can be bought by institution. And this is one of the best scenario for the market. However, I would say as long as we are above this pivotal point, which is coming exactly to this level, to just this week pivot, somewhere around 19,700 to 20,000, we should be bullish. Next week, we can see a pullback to this area, middle of this white range bar, but could be bought by traders and investors at the same time. So we will see how it goes. Moving on to the daily chart, let me just bring the daily chart here. So daily chart tells me exactly the same thing here. We are kind of like in an overstretched, overbought condition, but we can go down here to 20,000, let's say 20,000 to 20,300. So that's going to be the scenario that we can see. So um, all in all, I should say we are kind of like at the scenario that we can get back to here, to this area. And that would be kind of like very, very nice buying opportunity for the next rally to the upside. So we will see how it goes. Moving on to, let me just share the screen. Moving on to Dow Jones, which had a fantastic rally this week. So Dow weekly chart tells me that as long as we are above 41,555, we should be bullish. We are bullish on Dow just because I believe that still banking sectors are pretty strong, which is beneficiary of the Trump admin. And also we can get back to this area for a corrective move before the next rally to the upside all the way to the beginning of 2025. So this could be very interesting scenario. If we get back here, stay tuned because we're going to just get a nice buying opportunity if you ask me. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to a daily chart. So here's the daily chart. And market just shows a very nice strength to the upside for the Dow. And we just got yesterday pause here. And then today we just got back again to the rally to new all-time high. So still looking for this level. Let me just show you here. If we get back to this area, which is 42,000. So 42,000, let's say 500, that would be kind of like the scenario that I'm looking at for a buy. So we'll see how it goes, but I should say we should see some kind of like buyers are coming back to this area, and we can see a corrective move to here. If it gets a kind of like the correction to here, then we can see another surge to the upside. Moving on to gold, which kind of like in a weakness right now. I believe that gold yesterday was just a dead cat bounce, and there are still some kind of like a selling pressure coming for gold. Weekly chart tells me exactly the same thing. So here is the scenario. We just got a shooting star last week, or gravestone doji. This week we just got a confirmation. However, this lower shadow was just for yesterday, but still it can go lower. I believe 2,543. That's going to be the area that we can see a correction is getting here. But the next scenario is going to be 2,300. So this consolidation here is very, very interesting. If gold doesn't hold here, it can go all the way down to my dreamland, I would say demand area, 2143 to 2180. So that is, as I said, dreamland area. It doesn't mean that it's guaranteed to get there. And there are lots of support before that, but the daily chart tells me that we are kind of like at a very, very short-term buy signal We just got a buy signal yesterday, but today didn't have a confirmation. So if next week we get below this yesterday pivot, which is going to be around 26.43, then gold can go all the way down here to first this area, which is going to be a 24.90, and even bounce, getting back to the lower portion, which is going to be 23.20 area. So this is the area that we can see if gold can have a bounce. I would say gold can go all the way down to this area ultimately. And that would be kind of like one of the best buying opportunity for precious metals. Moving on to silver, which had another sell-off today. So silver goes down. I believe silver is showing very better pattern compared to gold. So it's kind of like a very straightforward pattern, I would say. This is another supply area. We just got a dead cat bounce yesterday. Today we just got hammered today as well. So it's just lost all the gain almost yesterday catch. And then if crude gets back to the downside, if it goes below yesterday pivot, or I should say, if it goes, let me just show you here. If it goes below this pivotal point, then silver can go slowly, very frustrative wave going down. I believe there is going to be still a chance to $25 to $26, which is going to be a fantastic scenario for silver. But silver can go lower, and also miners can go lower as well. So I'm going to show you a miner section down the road in this video. Moving on to crude. Crude, very choppy price action today, and also this week. Again, crude is kind of like one of those scenarios that I want to just provide a special video for crude. I believe crude is not going to be super positive during Trump administration, because he wants to bring the cost of energy to the lower side. But at the same time, when we have growth in economy, how are you going to just suppress the crude? Crude is going down when economy is not growing. It's exactly the same as copper. So when crude and copper is going, they're going down at the same time. This means economy is not doing well. So just keep an eye on that one. This is very macro. But a weekly chart here tells me that we may see a crude bottoming here. But this bottom could stretch almost, I would say, maybe another 4 weeks or so. When this November, December finish, then we can see what level exactly crude finished the bottom. If crude break through to the downside, it can go all the way down to 45 to 52. But if it holds here, especially 63 area, then we can get back to the upside and going to the $100 crude, which I believe it's going to happen potentially next year, not this year. Daily chart shows that we are kind of like at the cycle top here for a daily chart, so we can get to the choppiness again. 65 to 67 can be the area, but I'm not sure if it breaks through below this. If it breaks through below $65, then we can see, as I said, the scenario that going all the way down to 50s. Crude is showing that we are getting into the choppiness, and when everyone is waking up and see the growth in economies going well due to Trump's actually work, then crude is going to pick up the price as well. So still, I would say just stay on the side if you don't feel comfortable for a long or even short position. I'm still bullish in the longer term, but for the shorter term, we may see a choppiness down the road. Moving on to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin had a fantastic rally this week, and we didn't care about the presidential election, to be honest. Some people are saying if Trump actually wouldn't elected, Bitcoin wouldn't have this move. I'm kind of like a disagree, because Democrats at the same time, they are pro-technology. I know Trump actually, he explicitly mentioned crypto and Bitcoin, but at the same time, Democrat people actually are not against crypto. So that's the bottom line. So, and also for the technical perspective, this chart tells me that we are at the beginning of a super rally for Bitcoin. So lots of corrective move is coming, but uh, but this correction bounced back nicely with a very nice higher trend to the upside. And this monthly chart, I would say this monthly chart broken nicely. So this neckline broken nicely. And when these patterns coming together at the same time, we should just see this still is at the beginning. And Bitcoin can go all the way up to here to 92,000 area, even 100,000. Lots of people are saying that just because this is psychological level. But I would say 86 to 92 is going to be very good potential, especially when I get confirmation with this name, Ethereum. If you remember Ethereum, I was saying like this is the area that everyone needs to pay attention. Lots of trend lines coming together. And also this is very interesting pivotal point that everyone needs to pay attention. This pivotal point is 2800. Right now we break through nicely, strongly with a confirmation. Ethereum is at 2964. So during weekend, if it goes down here, hold back, this could be a nice buying opportunity for 35 to 3600. So we will see how it goes. But I would say Ethereum, both Ethereum and Bitcoin, just signaling very stronger pattern to the upside. The chaos, the real chaos is here. I just want to show you. This is a bond yield. So bond yield is going higher. So this means US dollar is going to go higher, get more strength. And also, Federal Reserve is not going to bring the rate down as people think about. When bond yield is up, usually Treasury is supposed to go down. It has an inverse correlation between bond and bond yield. But here's the scenario. So Treasury for the third consecutive day going high. At the beginning, when Trump elected, Treasury just smashed down. But very soon and sharp just found the bottom, getting back to the upside. And I believe that this is kind of like the beginning of the capitulation. And this is kind of like a significant low on November 6th. So this November 6th is very important just because if bond is recapturing, which I believe it's going to recapture $94 next week, then we can see bond is going to just go higher and higher to 103 to 105 by end of this year. So we will see how it goes. VIX is down today. Dixie uptick today. So still a bullish consolidation. This is pretty interesting because if it breaks through, that's going to be a major trend line, almost monthly trend line here. And we can see if this one is going higher. This is going to be very crazy just because it's going to put lots of pressure on precious metals as well. I don't think that's going to happen, but if that happens, it's going to put pressure actually on the stocks too. Magma indicator, which is the Microsoft, Apple, Meta, Amazon, and Google index, just the five big technology name. It's just going higher this week, but today it just came back down just because all of the technology names actually are coming down except Tesla. Apple, $52 down today, still lagging, not a new all-time high. Amazon, new all-time high yesterday, today just got a pullback. Meta didn't succeed to go to new all-time high. This is very interesting. Microsoft didn't go to the new all-time high, while Nasdaq is in new all-time high. This is very interesting. Google didn't manage to new all-time high, while Nasdaq is at new all-time high. This is very interesting. The only name was actually not the only. Amazon was at new all-time high, and Netflix was at new all-time high yesterday. And today we just got a nominal all-time high at around 800, if I'm not mistaken, but got back down. Tesla, even after this parabolic surge to the upside, it is not at new all-time high. Actually, it has way down, almost 30% below its new all-time high. So when I see these patterns, I would say Nasdaq is at all-time high, but lots of names actually are not even close to their new all-time high. So this is something strange. Semiconductor index, another important sector in Nasdaq, not at new all-time high. We just got a good rally last 3 days, but it didn't manage even to get to higher high. So this is very interesting. SOX, the same pattern here. So it's just forming a lower high. Taiwan Semiconductor cannot manage to even new all-time high this week. AMD, it's just lagging, obviously lagging here. Nvidia, after hitting new all-time high, just coming down. So seems like just a very handful companies actually got into new all-time high, and Nasdaq boosted up to new all-time high. Texas Instruments is getting into new all-time high, and I believe that I was looking for this area, 220 to 225. Right now, Texas is in a box of reversal, so we will see. Lam Research, a dollar down today. Obviously, it's far away from its new all-time high. Moving on to the financials. Financials XLF just forming a nice bullish consolidation here. KBE going up today, 32 cents. KRE, 35 cents up. JP Morgan, 60 cents up. However, after sugar rush on Tuesday, JP Morgan cannot manage the new all-time high. Goldman Sachs, this is a nice bullish consolidation. It just at the pop and then just consolidating at pretty close to new all-time high. So if it consolidates here, it can go higher. Bank of America, 36 cents up, not a bad pattern here. Moving on to Wells Fargo, 22 cents up. Still, after a sugar rush on Tuesday, it can't manage even to form a good bullish consolidation. Moving on to the gold miners, 55 cents down GDX. So I believe that they're still heading down for more corrective move. GDX trade the same pattern. AEM dollar 69 cents down. Newmont 12 cents down here. Franco Nevada $3 down. So Franco Nevada is just in a free fall. This one is going down sharply after earning this week. And Gold Barrick still holding up above this trend line, $17 area. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to energy sector, which I'm pretty positive on this sector, especially for the months moving forward. XLE just a 62 cents up. This is very, very good at a very nice pivotal point here. XOP, oil and gas exploration ETF. This one is forming a very nice bullish pattern here as well. OIH, oil and gas services going higher. Exxon just 4 cents down. But look at the pattern here. It just had a pop, a nice bottoming tails here. It can go higher. Chevron 16 cents up as well. So, all right, folks, I believe I covered everything. If you like this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and have a good one. Have a good long weekend. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.